Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Windows Server 2025 Complete Master Course from Zero to Expert, and this is part number 20 video in this course. So in this video basically we are going to install a DHCP server role in our Windows Server 2025, and then we are going to do a configuration also. So the process what we are going to follow in last video, we understand what is DHCP server and what are the basic concept, how DHCP works in the production environment, and what is DORA. So in this video I'm going to basically install a DHCP role and then authorize DHCP server in our Active Directory, and then we are going to create a scope and then configure option and then activate, and then we are going to test the our client machine also, that clients receive the IP address automatically from our DHCP server, which we are going to install in this video. So the process is very simple. To install a DHCP server, same you can install from PowerShell or Server Manager. So you can go in Server Manager, manage, add role and feature, and then select the role-based installation, and then select the server DHCP server and click on install. So let me go ahead and start the installation. So this is my demo environment. So I got my DC01 here, which we had deployed throughout this course, and then we have a second domain controller which we have promoted as additional domain controller, and this is my DHCP server. So this DHCP server basically we firstly created, I just deployed a one Windows Server 2025 data center and then configured the manual IP address and joined this server in domain. So these are the prerequisites basically. So prerequisites are static IP for DHCP server, which we have already done. DNS installation, so we already have a DNS basically running with Active Directory integrated DNS. And then we have basically a network connectivity. So network connectivity is already there. So you can see this server is DHCP server is already joined to labsandson.lan. So everything looks good here. Now the planning is define the IP address scope, exclude the IP address, set the lease duration, and configure the gateway option. So this is what we are going to do. So let's first install the DHCP server role. So I'll go in my DHCP server 01, click on manage, add role and features, click next, and now select the role or feature based installation, click next. And this is my server, so I'll click next here, and then I'll select the DHCP server, and this is going to install a tools, basically administrator tool, which is DHCP server tool. So I'll go ahead and click on add feature. Now click next, 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 and then you go ahead and install the DHCP server. So this will install the DHCP server role, including the management features. So here once the installation is done, we should be able to see DHCP server here. So then we are going to basically create a scope and set the details. So what I'm going to configure, let's say so let's understand what DHCP is in enterprise network. So it provides a centralized IP address management, scalable and easy to manage if you have a multiple infrastructure, multiple sites and all, and support multi-scope and sites, and ensure proper IP utilization across your infrastructure. So this is what example for, you can say DHCP. You have a central DHCP server, and then you have a branch office 1, 2, and office 3, and then all the clients having the dynamic IP address which is coming from your central DHCP server. So this is how you can design your DHCP net infrastructure, and this is the DHCP with DNS integration overview. So DHCP provide an IP address configure including the DNS server IPs. So you can basically provide the DNS server IP address also through DHCP configuration, and clients uses the DNS to resolve the name to IP address and ensure the smooth name resolution in the network. So this is also, I'm going to show you how you can configure your DNS options in DHCP. And then we have a authorized DHCP server in Active Directory. So this is important step. So once your basically Active Directory DHCP is authorized in Active Directory, it can basically DHCP authorization is a security feature in Windows Server that requires a DHCP server to be approved by Active Directory before it can lease the IP address in your infrastructure. So what is the problem it's going to solve? So it's prevent unauthorized and accidentally misconfigured Windows DHCP server for disturbing your basically in your Active Directory infrastructure. And how it's works, basically the DHCP server checks the AD domain database at a startup. If it's not on the authorized list, basically service is going to be disabled itself. So this is very much a pre-required step which you should do once you install the DHCP server role in your Windows server in your infrastructure. So once this server is get installed, we will basically authorize our DHCP server in our Active Directory database, and then we will create the DHCP scope. So this is example of a DHCP scope. So a DHCP scope is a range of IP address that a DHCP server can assign to a client. So this is how it looks like. So you have a IP range, and then you have a subnet mask, gateway, and DNS server details. So once you provide these details in the DHCP scope, then it's basically get assigned to your client machine. So it's also defines settings like subnet mask, gateway, and DNS. So scope helps to organize and manage IP address allocation to your client machines. And this is how we can create a DHCP scope. So we will create a DHCP scope once the DHCP installation is done. So the installation is still running. It's gonna take few seconds, I guess, more to get the installation complete. And once this is done, we will first going to authorize our DHCP server in our Active Directory, and then we will proceed with the scope creation. So now you can see the installation is completed, configuration required. So I'll click on complete DHCP configuration. So once I click here, you will see the DHCP post installation configuration wizard. So this is going to perform basically complete the DHCP server on target computer. So this is my target computer. So create the following security group and delegate the DHCP server administration. So basically these are the two groups. So I'll go ahead and authorize DHCP server on target computer if domain joined. So this is what we are going to do. So click next, and I'm going to use domain credential here to authorize my machine in domain. So basically let me go here and specify. So I'll put my administrator account which has the domain admin rights, so to authorize my DHCP server. So now I'll click on commit, and now you can see the create security group. Please restart the DHCP server service on target computer for the security group to be take effect, and then authorize is completed. So I'll go here, close, and then I'll close this one also. And now if I go here on the computer management, let's verify this. So if I expand this group, so you should be able to see basically a DHCP group. So you can see here it's not basically if you go to bottom, you should be able to see here, but it's not going to take effect. So as per recommendation by Microsoft, it's requested basically required to reboot it. So I'll go ahead and quickly reboot my server. So most of the time it's better to reboot, but if you don't reboot it, sometime it's going to work for as well. So that's why I'm going to reboot my machine. So post that we are good here, we authorize our server in Active Directory. So now I'll go here and create a new scope basically. So I got few client machines also which has a static IP address. So let me show you this thing. So if I go on this machine, this is my client machine. So if I put IP basically config / all. So if you see here, DHCP enabled is no, so automatic configuration enabled is yes, but however DHCP is not enabled. So because this is showing auto configuration enabled because IPv6 is enabled on this machine. So we will go ahead and configure enable the DHCP and see how it's going to behave. So now I'll go on my DHCP server. So I got 3 client machines. So each client machine is basically does not have a DHCP enabled. So I'll show you all machines. So IP config all. So you can see here DHCP enabled no, and this is my third machine. So IP config / all. So this is also not DHCP enabled, so we are good. So now I'll go here and go to tools and open now DHCP. So then it's going to open a DHCP server. So now here you will see two type of configuration, IPv6 and IPv4. So in this video we are going to create IPv4. So this is very important. So if you define any server scope, so it's going to take impact, basically effect on all the scope. So first let's go ahead and create a scope, and then we are going to define those things. So I'll go here and create a scope and then click next, and I'll put some names. So let's say Win11 clients. So I'll put some description, main client network, click next, and then I'll go ahead and define the IP address. So I'll put something, let's say 192.168.0 dot, let's say 61, and here I'm going to put, let's say 192.168.0 dot 100. So I got total let's say I'll put 51. So I got total 50 IP address here, and this is my subnet mask. So length is 24. Click next, and now I'll go ahead and exclude some IP address. So from starting, I don't want to basically assign, let's say first 10 IPs to the to the machine. So I have added this range in exclusion. Now I'll click on next, and this is going to be a duration how for the scope lease option. So lease duration, so this lease duration specify how long a client can use an IP address from the scope. So I'll leave it to default 8, but depending on your requirement you can reduce it also, or you can increase it. So I'll go here, and now this is very important. So do you want to configure a scope option for this scope now? So this is basically server option which is asking to configure. So I'll go ahead and click yes, I want to configure these options. So click next. Now it will ask you to put the gateway. So I'll put gateway for this network, and then I should be fine. DNS, you can see it's automatically going to pick up. I'll click next, and once I'll remove, and now this is going to ask you to activate this scope. So I'll go ahead and activate this, and now you can see the scope is activated and everything looks good. So now if I go here, you should be able to see our scope is created. I got these IP address from this is the range of IP address distribution. If you want to change it later on, you can basically go here in the exclusion list. You can create a exclusion list. If you want to edit the complete scope, you can come here and edit the scope, and you have a DNS options also. So now let me go ahead, and 61, you can see this is my physical machine which already got the IP address. So now what I'll go ahead and do, basically I'll go here from here and try to remove this machine from static. So let me do this. So I'll go on view network, and then here you can see the current IP address is DHCP not enabled. So I'll go here and try to basically put this machine in DHCP. So now let me go here and delete this 61 basically. So now this looks clean. I'll go here and try disable IPv6, IPv4, and IPv4 I'll go ahead and put on basically on the DHCP, and now it will take some time. So now you can see it's automatically assigned. So this is very important. Now you can see here the IP address is assigned the first free IP address, which is 61. This is good. And now if you go here, you should be able to see the subnet mask gateway which we configure, and here you can see the DHCP server. So from where this is getting IP address, and in the DHCP enabled you can see yes, and then the DNS is configured. So everything looks good. And now if I go and run this command once again, you should be able to see here IP address is configured, yes. And then we have a basically this is as our IP address configuration. So it says duplicate because maybe 61 was previously assigned to some machine due to that conflict. So my physical machine I think got the same IP address, so that's why it says duplicate. So let me see. So I think I got the same IP address here. Yeah, so you can see my physical machine got the same IP address. So I'll go here and basically uh, if I want, I can basically disable it and enable, and then it should basically get some other IP address ideally. So let me see. So now you can see it got 62 now. So this is good. Now if I go here and try to refresh this, you should be able to see 62 is now assigned to my machine. And I just wanted to simulate the duplicate also. So now still you should be able to see duplicate. So now we need to basically disable this snake and then enable, then we should have a duplicate removed. So now basically let me disable it. And now let's try to enable the network. So I don't have administrator rights on this machine with the user which I just logged in. So it's a HR user, does not have a administrator. So now you should be able to see IP address is correct. And now if I go and revalidate, so it should be IP address is corrected. So now we have a 61. So this is good. So this is pretty much which I wanted to show you in this video. So we have installed DHCP server, we created a DHCP scope, and then we validated the same thing with our client machines. So now in the next video we are going to take this to one more advanced level where we are basically going to create a DHCP failover cluster. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me my given mail ID. Thank you once again. Bye bye.